everybody. You're listening to the Wife Wednesday podcast. It's Wednesday and I'm one of your wives, Sina.
And I'm Nicole.
Wife Wednesday podcast is a podcast that we created as a hobby and it has now become an exciting journey for self-discovery. ... But really, we're just two women who talk about anything and everything. So come hang out with us. Grab your fries, it's catch-up time.
So my week, let's talk about last weekend. We had the baby shower and Shauna was here and everything. My children were vomiting. Well, I lie. Not all the time. And it was just one child. Which led into my whole week, them having diarrhea every day until Thursday was the first day that they didn't poop multiple times a day. And it'd be like wet. Ugh. Yeah.
What'd you feed them?
I have no idea because it was just them and Josh. I didn't have anything symptom wise.
I say this with love because I love your children, but boys are gross.
Agreed. And so they finally got to go to the babysitter on Friday, but it was sad for them because they were sore.
Poor
bottoms.
guys.
I literally came home from work on Wednesday to Titus crying on the toilet because it burned so bad.
Oh.
Yes, it was sad.
I'm saying if we still make podcasts when your son is older,
Yeah.
he's going to hate that you said that.
Oh my gosh, Titus, you had the worst poops. You too, Silas. And they smell horrendous. So enough of that talk. I did adulting. I went and bought a new microwave and a ceiling fan to replace my dining room / living room light.
Whoa.
I know.
Super proud.
Thank you. I'm gonna save that next one for last because I might cry.
I'm not just dying right here. It's fine.
I know.
It's fine.
I found out I am gonna be moving desks soon.
Thank God.
Yeah. I found out from that woman. She's like, so because I went to work and then went home on Tuesday, and the next day the woman's like, well, Candy came over and said you're gonna be moving desks soon. And she's like, I asked her, I'm like, well, did she ask to move? And Candy's like, no, she didn't. It's just that's how it is. So then when you have someone training you, they just sit behind you at this desk or whatever. And I really didn't ask yet. I hadn't asked yet, so I was gonna ask that Tuesday. And so
serendipity.
Yeah, I'm just like, I really didn't ask. So, but thank goodness. Snow. There's snow on the ground. It snowed all day yesterday, and it would like consistently melt, and then it snowed overnight, and it stuck because it got cold.
Mm-hmm.
Hella cold.
And today's gonna be the coldest it's gonna be all week.
Yeah. I'm not excited about it. They're providing us lunch at work tomorrow, okay? But normally I would not like talk about it, but it's specific because they offered us to pick from 4 different restaurants, okay? One was Giannino's, one was Giannino's, City Square, Oklahoma Bob's, somewhere else. Couldn't tell you. I obviously went with City Square.
Yeah, no shit.
Literally, I mean, it's only like it's a
bar
burger.
Menu? Yeah,
it's like they gave you meal options within the restaurants to pick from, but I'm still going with City Square. Like,
yeah, because why not?
Exactly. I'm like, that's the most expensive place on this list here. Yeah, I'm gonna get City Square.
Yeah,
okay.
Duh.
Yeah. And then yesterday, Lindsay, Titus, and I went on a boba date. It was great.
Oh, did Titus like
Titus
the boba?
liked it. Yeah, he got a peach green tea with mango poppin' bubbles, and he loved it.
That's what I had.
I know. That's why I was like, this is a Titus drink. Yeah.
Why? Because I already pre-screened it?
Yeah, well, he likes those flavors, so.
Same.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about this. This week, a woman I know her 2-year-old died in the hospital. I might cry.
That's
okay.
fine.
I've cried all week about it. Like a year ago, he went into the hospital because he had a flu, and it like messed up something with his lungs, and they still don't know what was wrong. He was having heart problems and lung problems. Like his brain wasn't telling him to breathe. So he was having to have assistance, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Well, at the time his mom was pregnant, still is.
Mm-hmm.
But like she's due this week. It was like her original due date, you know. So this week on Thursday, I think it was, he died.
Mm-hmm.
And so they had to like she was supposed to be induced tomorrow. And they moved her induction date to Thursday, and they had like everything yesterday for him.
Oh.
And I just couldn't imagine doing that, you know?
Yeah.
Like losing one child just to give birth within days. So
I think the term is Godsmack.
yeah, really. And it just really hit home. And then I met up with my family yesterday because my cousin Haley and her boyfriend are in town. So, of course, they're all talking about it. And they start talking about like how they really forget like what I went through with Silas in the pandemic, because his heart literally wasn't beating when they took him out of me. So
Mhm.
like they're like, you really don't think about that until like something like this happens. So now that I've cried,
Now that she's cried and she's gonna be phlegmy.
it's just something, it's just really hard to
Well,
see something like
yeah.
that. And Lindsay's like, are you going to the calling hours? I'm like, absolutely not. Like, not out of disrespect, but I literally wouldn't make it at
Yeah.
all.
And you're already
So
it's really hard for you to do those kinds of things
funerals and
anyways.
calling hours are very hard for me. So it's just
I can't even imagine like the death of a baby
Yeah.
going to one of those.
And my girl was like, yeah, Nicole was holding her hand and she just felt him with like go away.
Oh my god.
The girl's name was Nicole, sorry.
So extra hard.
Extra hard. But yeah. Like, this is him. I'm gonna show you a different picture because he has glasses and he's super cute. And everyone just kept saying he looked like this little doll because I did an open casket. And I couldn't imagine doing that. Or seeing that, I guess.
Not to relate it to a movie, but all I'm thinking about is that one movie where she's like, where's his glasses?
Yeah, My Girl. That's one of my
Yes.
favorite movies. He was the sweetest little thing. Like, he was only out of the hospital long enough to have Christmas, and then he went back in.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
So yesterday at work, this isn't part of my catch up, but I'm just gonna distract you.
Go ahead.
We
We can go into your catch up time. That was all I had.
Well, I don't know, with the weather changing so much, my allergies are going nuts.
Yeah.
I went and I wiped my hand across my eyelid, and I had a handful of eyelashes. They just fell out. They just fell right out of my eyes.
That's crazy.
There must have been like 11 eyelashes. Like it was
It
was
That's
a full
crazy.
clump.
Yeah.
And I was working with Barb and then this girl, Emily, who's like a floater.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh my God.
I am dying.
Yes.
I'm losing all of my eyelashes.
And I'm like, do I get extra wishes? Or does this mean that like I don't get any wishes?
Yeah.
So this week has also been busy for me, but just sort of like mentally.
Yeah.
I had a major fuck up at work. I'm not really going to talk about it other than I felt like shit.
Yes.
And I like cried silently at my desk for 2 hours kind of thing. And, you know, it's all dealt with. And, you know, I didn't really like, I got talked to.
Yeah.
Because it was me and someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And it's happened before with other people. So it was an honest mistake. But it still makes you feel like shit. And like when you fuck up at work, it makes you think, oh my God, I knew I was too stupid to do this. I don't deserve this job. Blah, 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 blah. And you're like, no, it's a learning experience. Blah, blah, blah.
Like I had one this week kind of like that, but was not as major as yours.
It was literally a we're not mad, we're disappointed moments. Yes. And I'm like, I could take anger over disappointment.
I was given a change back in February to make on a car or something, and somehow I didn't make it, and I just threw it in my archive. And I was like, I wouldn't do that. But somehow it happened. So I was like upset at myself. Like my boss was like, whatever, just do it. It's fine. So that was it for me.
Yeah. You know, but it was just one of those things like, and when I was talking to Barb, I was like, I don't care if anyone's upset with me but you kind of thing. And she's like, she told me, I think the best thing that she could have told me. She said, I know you and I know you're not the kind of person who makes mistakes like that. She's like, but what I really know is that you will take this as a learning experience. And
agreed.
And because I literally told her, I'm like, I don't care if like literally like one of our big head of marketing people, whatever, deals with all the kinds of stuff. I'm like, I don't care if she's mad at me. I'm like, it's just you. Yeah. And then she just hugged me. So good news is yesterday my mom took my sister and I shopping and we both got bicycles. My sister cannot, Therese, I'm going to out you here. Therese, you cannot ride a bicycle very well. Never has been able to. So, you know,
she got a bike?
It's like a little cruiser bike.
Oh, okay.
Because, you know, where your neighborhood, it's all flat.
Yes.
So she's going to start practicing by riding around the block.
Yeah.
And she's hoping it's going to be good for her hip.
Oh, definitely.
Me, on the other hand, I can ride a bike.
Yeah.
I'm not the best.
Yeah.
Like, I still kind of, I'm like, ooh, I'm a big fat person on top of this. If I fall, I'm going to leave a crater. Oh my God. No, but now, I mean, I only live, it's a 4-minute tops drive to work. And so I'm going to start riding now that the weather's getting better, except for this week. Yeah. Just randomly, I get my bike and it's snowing, freezing, spring reverting back to winter.
Yes.
But I'll be able to return my sister's car back to her, and I will no longer feel like I'm indebted to anyone, and I'm a very proud person. So that is a relief off of me. And I'm telling her this yesterday, and she's still like, well, the brakes need done. And I was like, they do need done. And she's like, well, you know, Keith and I are just, you know, we work the same schedule. So we just ride together. She's like, why don't you keep it, since she's probably going to get it done at like 300 tire. And she's like, it's right down where you work. And I'm like, Therese. So she's trying to make me keep her car. I feel like, Therese.
That car is far too small for us.
No, not like forever, but you know, just like for right now. And Therese, it's the sweetest because she just doesn't want me to
go without.
Yeah. Or have to walk or ride my bike in the rain or anything, which we already have a contingency plan since she works earlier than me. If it's going to rain that day, they'll drive both cars in.
Yeah. And leave one at your house. Yeah.
Because used car shopping's a freaking nightmare right now.
Agreed.
You can't get a car with less than 100,000 miles on it for less than $10,000 right now without it having major problems.
Yes.
So everyone get back to work and make me some fucking cars. So I switched pharmacies because I have, you know, like I changed insurance when I finally got my insurance, and they swapped me back to the birth control